Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.com. Thank you so much for joining me today for some more card making. So we are in demonstrator pre-order at the moment for the new annual catalogue that will be released to customers in May. So as a demo we get about a month ahead to choose some selected products from the new annual catalogue, and this year we've got lots happening with colours. So we've got brand new in colours, which is what we're going to feature today, but we've also got some 4 brand new colours into the core collection, and some returning favourites as well. So today the focus is on the new in colours, with these cute cards and matching tags. And just before we start on that, I'll just go through the stamp set I'm using is Around the Bend. This is a bundle at the moment because it is in the mini catalogue and it is a carryover product. So I've got this now because I can get the 10% off the bundle price in the next catalogue after publication. When a product is released, those bundle prices disappear. So this will be available, but not in the bundle price in the new catalogue, but is currently is a current product in the mini as a bundle. Okay, so we've got the cute stamps, which is very reminiscent of one we had. I think it was called Quite Curvy or something like that. And it's one of my most popular videos. So it just sort of reminded me of that, and because it was carrying over, I decided to get it. And then we've got these lovely dies. So, but you have got the curvy sort of elements, but we've got these lovely little heart accents and some flowers and leaves, which are always useful. Alright, and then for the tags, I've pulled out these are tailor-made tags. These are also a carryover product, so these are staying. And for my project today, I've used the largest one with the rounded end there, and the little hole reinforcement things there. Okay, so that's what we're using in terms of stamps and dies. Okay, so in colours, so got the ink pads here. So boho blue is one that we had a sort of a bit of a look at anyway when we had our mini cut and emboss in boho blue, so we knew that was coming. And the other ones there are Moody Mauve, the Americans say Mauve, Wild Wheat, Copper Clay and Pebbled Path. Okay, so much more earthy tones than what we've had the last couple of years. Okay, so we had this super bright ones that have just sort of are on the way out with that polished pink and stuff. And we are sad that Evening Evergreen has gone. But Pebbled Path, whilst this is a grey, it's a warm grey, and I think this is going to be one of those colours that's actually quite useful, like Evening Evergreen, great for sentiments and neutral card bases and things. Okay, Copper Clay's got a sort of red-brown to it, almost like a dark terracotta kind of colour. Wild Wheat is a chameleon colour, in my opinion. So depending on what you put it next to, it can look quite yellow, or it can look quite green, so, or brown even, right? So it's one of those colours that's going to change its appearance depending on what you put it with. Moody Mauve, real nice sort of, reminds me a little bit of Sweet Sugar Plum, but it's a darker colour than that. It's a bit deeper, a bit greyer. Okay, but it's got that sort of vibe to it. Really nice, sort of muted, I don't know, is it purpley, pinky, whatever colour, mauve. And then boho blue, which again, it's a sort of greyer, cooler blue. So if we put that next to Balmy Blue, which is quite bright. Okay, and then Night of Navy. Okay, all right. So those are our in colours for 2023 through to 2025. Okay, so the colour we're going to work with is Moody Mauve. So I'm just going to pop those over there, just out of the way for a second. So I'm just going to pull that to one side so that I've got it to hand. So here's our cards then, featuring that stamp set and some circle punches. So in the online exclusives at the moment, there is the 1 3/4 and 2-inch punches. Now they keep going in and out of stock, so just keep checking if they're not available right now. So I've done some, just paired everything with white for now so that the in colours just shine through. Using that, like I say, those circle punches, and then these are the in colour dots that we've got now, and they're sort of super shiny and kind of, they're really cool. See that big one just shining there, almost like they're like sort of cat's eye things. That's got this sort of shimmer to them. So boho blue, wild wheat, copper clay, pebble path. Okay, so if you want to see that cardstock a bit better, okay, warm grey, it's really nice. Okay, so that's what we've got. So we're going to do a moody mauve version of those. Let's pop those to one side out of the way. Gosh, I've got so much stuff everywhere. And then these are the coordinating tags that I made. Similar thing, same die cuts. Okay, and again, boho blue, wild wheat, copper clay, and pebbled path. Okay, just another quick look. Oh, that one doesn't. Oh, it's just because that isn't stuck down as well. That's all. So this is what we are going to make today. Okay, so I've done a bit of the die cutting ahead of time because there's loads of die cutting. Okay, so we'll pop those to one side for the moment, and I think we'll get the tags done first. So for the tags, I was trying to maximise my cardstock basically. So I've only used 1 sheet of A4 cardstock, and all I have got left from the ones that I've completed everything, all the die cutting from, is this and a little tiny strip which I've put down somewhere. That's all I've got left from an A4 sheet. Okay, so I was trying to minimise the waste from that, and I've done 2 tags and the card with that. Okay, so just so you know, so already die cut the base tags, and while we were at it, because those little hole reinforcers cut out 4 at a time, and I only needed 2, those are already there as well. Okay, so we're actually going to do the full set of these ones. Like that. So they're all die cut. And then to do the overlay, you also need one cut in the basic white. Okay, so there's the basic white in its entirety. We're going to die cut into that, and I'm going to show you how I achieved it, because we want to have these nice overlays to create this fun sort of cut out sort of look to them. So I've already done 4 of them, and I wanted to show you how to do it with the 5th one. So we'll just pop those to one side. Okay, so with this tag then, we do have this lovely stitching around the edge. Okay, and I'm using this die which sort of cuts this corner off. Okay, so what I'm doing is just lining up the die so that it's sort of inside the boundaries, along the bottom and along the left hand side there, the boundaries of the stitching I should say. Don't worry about this bit, it's going to come off the end anyway. So I'm just getting that within the stitching there, as close as I can get it. Okay, I'm just securing that with a little bit of low tack tape, and we're just going to run that through the cutting emboss machine. All right, so we'll just put that through. So you can see that's cut through at the back there. Okay, so we can gently peel away this this bit at the edge, which is we're not going to need, and then there's just a couple of pieces in the middle, and gently peel away our die there. If you do get these little sort of stringy bits, you can just remove them. Okay, so that one's a bit further over than the other ones, but you know, it is what it is. They aren't designed to be absolutely accurate, as in identical or whatever, but as they kind of make a nice set if they are. Just giving you an idea of how you can use them. We're going to need that die again though, so we'll just pop that to one side just for a second. And then it's just a matter of layering this up. So I am going to use wet glue because you're going to need a little bit of sort of manoeuvrability just to make sure that they're lined up. Okay, so we're just going to pop a little bit on there, and I just put a couple of dabs on the larger leaves down there just so they're not flailing too much. If you are using them as a tag, they're going to be sort of loose, I guess, on a gift or whatever, so that you don't want them to be getting caught on anything. So we're just going to press that into place and line it up. And I say the wet glue is going to help you do that. Holes are a good guide as well. Okay, so we can do that times 4. These tags are cute actually. Kind of glad they've carried over. They're just nice and useful. And at a recent retreat, one of our table mates, every project we did, she did a matching tag. So I'm going to do a tag while I'm at it. Cool. It's kind of nice idea. So you've always got something that coordinates with what you're giving. That was Sim. I've shared this table with Sim before. There's lots of new ladies I shared a table with last time. I've met them before, but not shared a table with them. So, so there was Sim, Jo, Jan, and Karen. Which is really nice. Okay, so just repeating that along there. It's really easy to line those up. I shared a quick picture of this on my Facebook page. And a few of my other demo friends have seen them and like this idea as well, so that's really nice to know as well. Okay, and then we just need to add on our little hole reinforcement. So I'm doing this now because when we do our stamping, obviously we don't want to then stamp it and then put this in place and find that we haven't got room for it. So again, just a dab of wet glue around the top there. You only need a little amount of glue. I kind of find that a pokey tool is quite good just to sort of make sure that's lined up around that existing hole. And I thought it was nice to bring the base colour back into the project. I was going to try and do like I don't know, try and find some kind of label punch or something to add the sentiment, you see, so I could then add back in some of that colour, but there wasn't anything that was the right size or shape, so this was what I thought we could do instead. I think it worked out really, really well. Okay, but equally that could have been a contrast colour or anything like that. Okay, so now those are on, we can go through and stamp our sentiments. So just picked up this Hello There stamp from the that around the bend, or round the bend, is it around? Around the bend stamp set, and it fits just nicely on there. So I'm just lining it up with that sort of stitching at the bottom there. So there's boho blue. I'm going to put them back into my stamping storage while I'm at it. Just going to, obviously I need to clean that off between ink colours. So let me just get my chamois. And I've got wild wheat. So I had quite great fun putting everything back into order. So all the retired colours, taking those out of my stamping storage, and then fitting all the new stuff back in. Just fun, and you know, it's sort of almost like adjusting the order I've got stuff in. So I think I mentioned on my previous video how with my inks I keep them all in rainbow order. I find that that's quite subjective in terms of what we consider rainbow order, but it's my rainbow order. Okay, everyone's got a slightly different take on what that actually constitutes, but I've done it for the way I would like it. In colour ink pads, I keep outside the. Oh, it's just stuck to. I've got some other dies out for another project, so it's just a die stuck to the bottom. So the ink colours I don't put into the rainbow order, simply because they change every couple of years. Well, they change every year actually, because you've got kind of this alternating thing. And whilst it's quite fun to do, doing it every year is would be a bit of a pain for me. So I keep the ink colours separately in my stamping storage. They're on this right hand side here together, but then all my other ones are in 2 rows there. And oh, moody move. There it is. And then rejigging the cardstock as well. So slotting in all the new colours that we've got and rearranging the colour families. So there are some colours like, for example, Blackberry Bliss was in the Regals. It is now a neutral. So it was sort of rehoming those into the correct spaces. So it was fun. It's fun. Right, so that's the tags done. In terms of that, we just need to add the ribbons and embellishments. Okay, so I'm actually using the white crinkled seam binding. Okay, I'm going to lop off about that much. Okay, which is going to be probably way too much, but you know, it's easier to work with a longer length, and I'm going to be doubling it up as well. This is a retiring ribbon. That's 4, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, I'm just going to try and use it up, really, to be honest. So for each one of these, I'm just going to cut it in half, and then we're going to thread this through from the front of our project. Just using a pokey tool to help me do that. It is quite fine ribbon, this. Okay. Quite sad it's leaving. It's quite nice to colour as well. So I could have added ink to this and made them colour coordinated as well, but I've left it white. That's mainly because I forgot to order the blends for these new ink colours. So that's been rectified. Silly sausage. So, and then we're just going to cut those off slightly different lengths, so you've got sort of, they're on the angle but different lengths, if you know what I mean. So that's what we're going to do with that. So we'll carry on and do that, and we'll speed that up. Right, so we're just going to add these beautiful embellishments now. Okay, so you can see how sort of really nice and glossy these are. I think they just call them in colour dots. Yep, in colour dots. So 3 different sizes in all the colours. Okay, so I always like to use them in their little triplets. So I'm just going to do that, and so I've already done it for the other 4 there. So just put the large one in place. They do stick really well to this backing sheet, so let's take a bit of getting up off the sheet. So we'll need those again for the cards. So yeah, so there we go, cute little tags, and I love the way these shimmer. You can see how the light sort of moves in them. They're really, really cute. So that's our set of tags, which we now have 2 each of those in all of those colours. Okay, so we'll just pop those to one side, and then we can put together our card. So usual card base. Okay, I did think about doing this as 2 videos, but because we're just using all the same stuff, I thought I'll just do one longer video. And then I've got some layers of basic white and the Moody Mauve there. Okay, so these 2 layers can be put together and on the card, because we don't need to be doing any die cutting onto these. So I like to use my Stampin' Seal for this. So I've gone with the basic white layer here is 1/2 inch shorter and narrower than the card base, and then I've gone back to the sort of skinny borders for the rest of it. Just taking off 1/4 inch, so you just get a 1 inch border, sorry, 1/8 of an inch border around there. So that's our sort of base, if you like. And then we've got another white layer, which is again 1/4 inch shorter and narrower, which means we've got the 1/8 border. I'm going to bring back this die, and just like we did before, I'm just going to position this so that it's, this bottom is on there, and it's on there as far as it can be on the left. Just making sure that that sort of cuts into the side, if you know what I mean, so it cuts away. Okay, so we're just making sure that that's on there, securing that in place, and we'll run it through the die cutting machine. Okay, that's going to be all beautiful. Just peel that away gently. Okay, and because we've got 3 edges here, that's still going to be easy to stick down, preferably without trapping all my hair in it. And again, I'm just going to pop just a little bit on the edge there, one of those leaves, just to, like I say, just secure it a little bit. Okay, so lining up these three, and then the rest can just sort itself out. So that's really nice and easy. And then, like I say, with the scrap here, just a little bit of scrap basic white. We've got the 1 3/4 inch punch there to stamp on, and the 2 inch punch to layer that up, and that's pretty much all I've got left of that A4 sheet of cardstock to get 2 tags. So I'll bring back in our Moody Mauve ink. This sentiment fits just nicely in there as it's photopolymer. It's really nice and easy to see where that's going to go. This composition on there, let's put that out the way. Guarantee I'll stick my fingers in it if I leave it open. So I'm using wet glue for this, just so that I can make sure that the circle is nice and lined up around the edge there. You really don't need a lot of this glue, okay? You don't need to smother it at all. So just popping that sort of in this sort of lower portion down here, sort of central-ish. And then we're just going to do another double length of ribbon to do a little bow. Now, this is not a very long piece, but this is what I had. I could cut another one, but I'd already cut this bit, so I don't particularly want to waste it. Okay. Just adjust those loops a little bit and then pull it tight. There we go. And then grab a glue dot for this, because I find they're the best way to stick ribbons, whatever their material as well. So, you know, we get ribbons in various material, thick and thin, so I find glue dots are quite reliable for that kind of thing. Okay, and then we can just give those little ends a little bit of a haircut. So they're sort of even and longer than the loops, they look fine. And then we can just finish that off with a final trio of these little dots, and it all sort of ties together, you know, so we've got all the elements sort of coming through really, apart from the circles, on all of those projects. Okay, so there we go, there's those ones, and I've got another one here, so 2 tags and a card. Okay, all from one sheet of that in colour cardstock. Okay, so you get 4 sheets in the in colour cardstock packs of each of those colours, so there's plenty to be working with. Alright, so I hope you've enjoyed that. Again, that was Around the Bend stamp set and dies in colour, 2023 in colours. Okay, in Moody Mauve. Then we've got Pebbled Path there, Copper Clay, Wild Wheat, and Boho Blue. Okay, thanks for joining me today. Longer video, but I think this was a really cute project to show you what we can do with these. Alright, thanks for sticking with me. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you again real soon. Thanks everybody, stay safe, take care.